Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets. Today, joined by
Lesser, the Sultan of Sidcoast.
Yes, checking out another beer in the sun. That's not a sunny day type beer, but hey, we don't care. We like our stouts.
Oh yeah.
So this is a collab between Sand City Brewing Company and Evil Twin Brewing, and I think Sand City is in Northport, New York, and I had one of their beers when I was in the States last year at a bar. Was it Haymaker, the bar? I think so, maybe. And it was something +2. It was an IPA. It was great. But they came together with Evil Twin and did a variation on their Even More Jesus, and this is their Even Mo Hygge. And Hygge is a term that's very popular in the States right now because of what it means in Denmark and all this. There's books about it.
Seriously.
Yes, it's funny.
But how would you describe Hygge?
It's a comforting, cozy feeling together with friends enjoying quality companionship in an atmosphere where everyone is nice towards each other.
Exactly.
I guess you can say
That is
yeah.
Hygge.
And it's usually involved with a good drink and good food. Often.
That
It doesn't have to be, but often. This is Hygge right now. Hygge is also sitting at the fireplace on your own, maybe with a cup of coffee. You can kind of, it's a place of being, if you can say it like that. But they made the Even Mo Hygge, which I think is just making a little bit fun of that. And it's even got under the date code, it's got the stamp that says Danish, which is a bit funny. So yeah, this is a 14.5% Imperial, pastry stout that may contains trace of lactose and nuts, because apparently they brewed it with Danish pastries or something like that.
That's weird. But
it says on their Instagram that brewed with one Danish. I don't know if they just chucked in one Danish, but Jeppe has already done beers like this. He made a beer with Lervik called Big Ass Money Stout, which was a Imperial stout brewed with frozen pizza and money. They put in like 2-3 frozen pizzas and like a handful of dollar bills just for fun in the mash. And he's also done fried chicken with the Veil, which is a double IPA brewed with fried chicken.
yes.
But it's just for fun, you know. And there's also marketing. I mean, I don't think you'd ever be able to taste it in the beers. But pastry stouts are big. Why not make a pastry stout inspired by Danish? And Even More Jesus is a great base. So we have it poured, and that is thick and
motor oil.
Yeah, this is really sludgy and thick.
Yeah.
So it's like when they poured out, it was just like this thick black motor oil. Looked great.
Yeah.
And a nice tan, roasty looking kind of mocha colored head.
Yeah, the head looks very
It
good.
looks really thick and creamy.
Yeah.
Check out the aroma. Well, I wouldn't say it's super pastry-like.
No.
I think it smells more like a straight classic Imperial Stout, which is also what Even More Jesus is. It's like a very roasty, umami-heavy, like savory Imperial Stout.
It smells very heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
And it smells like that. Like, I do get some traces of vanilla.
Yeah.
But like
And
you were about
the
to say dark fruit.
fruits.
Yeah. It's got loads of dark fruit. Dried dark fruit is big on it.
Yeah. And a lot of sweetness as
Yeah,
well.
soy sauce almost, like a soy saucey
Yeah.
type savoriness. And some brown sugar notes, some molasses,
It's like
some coffee.
metalish.
You
Like
think it's slightly metallic?
yeah.
I'm not really getting that. I'm almost
Really?
getting a slight smokiness though, or maybe a medicinal note slightly, but that could be from yeast. But I don't know, medicinal phenolics. But it smells like old school big roasty stuff. But I can see there is some like
roasty.
brown sugary, almost like cakey vibe underneath. But it smells huge. It smells
Yeah.
massive. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Cheers. And also, this was one we got on Beer Jam. Check them out. Great Belgian web shop. Link for the shop is down below. Cheers, and thanks for being here
Cheers.
for the beer. Wow, that's thick. It's really creamy. For 14.5%, this is crazy drinkable.
It's very good.
It's less umami on the flavor.
I'm blown away right now because it's a big beer with not a lot of taste actually.
I think it has.
But then
It's
then
also a little
again-
bit cold. Could warm up a little bit, but it has some warmth going down. But I think the alcohol is super well hidden for
you
14.
You can't taste any alcohol in here, but still a little metallic. Is it just me?
I'm not really getting it. I'm getting something I describe as a slight medicinal note, but that can be phenolic character from yeast. But it can also be like a slight. It can also be a note from smoked malt or roasted malt, like a really
It's very roasted.
intensely burnt flavor. Yeah, it's really roasty, really
Yeah.
heavy,
Yeah.
roasty, slightly ashy, but also a good kick of sweetness. It really reminds me of like even more Jesus, but with more sweetness.
It's like overcooked bread, actually. Like
A little bit like burnt bread.
The black burnt spots on a bread if you forgot it on the toaster or something like that.
Yeah.
In a good way. Backed up with some vanilla notes.
Yeah, vanilla for sure. Caramel as well,
But
toffee.
not so much pastry.
No, I wouldn't say so either. But maybe it's also poking a bit of fun at pastry stout. It called it pastry stout just by throwing in one Danish.
Actually, I could very easily eat a Danish wienerbrød. So
Yeah,
this beer.
in Denmark it's called wienerbrød, which means
Yeah.
Vienna bread, but in the US it's called a Danish.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because Denmark's famed for making it, but it was originally made by
Actually, a very good dessert beer.
pastry chef from Vienna. Yeah, for sure. I think this would go great with a cigar. I'm actually having a cigar tonight. But yeah,
Very
this is
good.
a really nice cigar beer. The dark fruit, as you talked about, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of roastiness, lots of roasty, burnt maltiness, charry maltiness. It's almost smoky because it's so roasty. Yeah, 14.5%.
Shit, you cannot taste
crazy
that at
strong
all.
beer, but
there's
no, it's very
there's
well.
not a lot of notes of alcohol in this one. It's very, very well hidden.
I love the thick mouthfeel though.
Yeah, it's
Mouthfeel
very,
is
very
so
good.
thick and rich. It almost has like this molasses, muscovado, sugar-esque flavor as well. But yeah, it's definitely more sweet than the regular Even More Jesus, because regular Even More Jesus is even more of this umami roast. The sweetness in this one cuts that a bit, so it's a bit more, I guess, well, it's not a crazy balanced beer, it's pretty extreme beer if you talk about big bold flavors. But it helps to cut some of those like really roasty profiles.
Yeah.
And I'd say the soy sauce type thing I talked about in the aroma is not really there too much. There's a little bit.
There's a little soy sauce in here.
But otherwise it's like big roast, like it just leaves this super sticky gloss on your lips, almost like brown, like.
But that's a good thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, for
you.
sure.
For me, it's a very good thing. I like the head, the way it feels on my lips when I drink it. It's just like how it's supposed to be. So.
But it's a
Perfect.
massive pastry stout, even though it's more like a really well-made, nice, more classic stout, but just on like really thick and sludgy because it's crazy thick, like really thick and sludgy beer. I'm thinking like a 93 on it.
I was actually thinking about 90, but then again,
It depends on what you're into. If you prefer less roasty, less umami stouts, then I can see why.
yeah,
Because it's burnt roasty.
91, I think. It's better than 90, but not a lot better.
I think it's really good. I don't know. I think I might have given Even More Jesus originally like a 95, but I think it's in the same ballpark as Even More Jesus. Just it's more sweet, but it's great. So, if you guys had a chance to try the Sand City Brewing Company and Evil Sin Brewing's Even More Hygge Imperial Stout, brewed with one Danish on 14.5%. Let us know what you thought of it. Thanks to Tons of Beer Gym for this one. I'm not sure if they still have it on their site because I ordered it I think last year. I just didn't get around to it until now. But check them out. Check it out and see if it's still available. Otherwise, they've got plenty of other good stuff. So, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We're going to say cheers and some thick-ass Imperial Stout. And see you guys in the beer review.